Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Katie and Mario Show. Just kidding. I'm Katie Silvers, and I have long brown hair and brown eyes, and my pronouns are she and her. I lead the incubation team for pre-sales here at Salesforce.
And I'm Mario Picariello. I have brown, short, curly hair, a stubbly beard, and brown eyes, and my pronouns are he or him. I'm the principal creative strategist on Katie's lovely team. Our team focuses on incubating new and exciting ways to help our solution engineers in their everyday lives by creating tools and resources to help them scale.
Thank you so much for joining us today as we give you a little glimpse into innovation on innovation here at Salesforce. You'll learn about how we use the Innovation Hub to foster collaboration in order to drive our internal innovation program. We'll give you a quick introduction to the Innovation Hub and focus most of our time on how we use it internally to empower our employees to be innovators. We'll give you a tour of our innovation platform, and we'll finish with a sneak peek into what's coming up next.
Ooh, who doesn't love a sneak peek? But before we begin, I need you all to take a moment and read this slide out loud to yourself. Only joking. I do, however, want to give you a quick reminder that customers should base their purchasing decisions on products and services that are currently available today.
We thought we would start with what we mean by innovation. The word innovation gets pushed around a lot these days, and I think it's important to pause and remind ourselves, what does it really mean? Please share your comments in the chat of what innovation means to you. The Oxford Dictionary states that innovation is an introduction of new things, ideas, or ways of doing something.
I couldn't agree more. We work in the world of innovation every day here at Salesforce, and I always need that reminder. I like to think of it as new or small incremental ways of doing something better. So, why is innovation important to your company? Innovating on how you do things at work will save you time, money, and other resources, and give you a competitive advantage over other companies stuck in their old ways of working. It is new ideas that lead to the making of new products, services, and even processes.
Let's give you an example to show what we mean. Remember Blockbuster? At its peak in the late 1990s, Blockbuster owned over 9,000 video rental stores in the United States. They employed 84,000 people worldwide and had 65 million registered customers. Once valued at a $3 billion company, in just 1 year, Blockbuster earned over $800 million in late fees alone. Yet Blockbuster is no longer around. They were too busy making money in their video stores that they failed to imagine a time when people would no longer want or need them.
In contrast, Netflix back in 1997 came up with the idea of DVDs by mail and iterated their business model from there, with personalized movie recommendations, vending machines, and eventually to an online-only streaming service. I bet you didn't know that in the year 2000, Blockbuster had the opportunity to purchase Netflix for only $50 million, but passed on the offer because they didn't see a future in online business. Within 10 years, Blockbuster were filing for bankruptcy. Today, Netflix continues to foster a culture of reinvention, which drives its success that is apparent in its current market value of well beyond $33 billion today.
Innovation is a challenge that many businesses see today. Top companies know that in order to stay relevant, innovation is critical to drive growth. But those same companies struggle to put innovation into action. You can see here from a previous McKinsey report that most CXOs are putting innovation very high on their agenda, but only 6% are satisfied with the innovation performance with their company. With Innovation Hub, our aim is to change that.
We've also seen a similar challenge within Salesforce. Let's rewind 3 whole years. For a while, we were noticing some great pockets of collaboration happening in local regions and local teams where they were spotting gaps on how we worked and coming up with great solutions to fill them. But we noticed in some cases, teams were duplicating efforts, and we wondered, how could we create more transparency around this innovation and make it more of a global standard to scale out to everyone? We wanted to encourage teams from different locations, different cultural backgrounds, different points of view to come together and innovate. As you can imagine, this became even more important during the pandemic, with all our employees working remotely. Within our team, we very quickly turned to our own Salesforce technology. Our customers have been using the Innovation Hub on the App Exchange to tackle similar challenges, and we thought we should do the same. We set up our own version and called it the program Innovation Box. The focus being to empower everyone in the solutions engineering teams globally to be innovators and give everyone a voice to co-create together, no matter where they were in the world.
We also realized we needed a process to nurture this program and the ideas coming from our employees. We took from a tried and tested process originally from Cambridge University, the Idea Innovation Funnel. You may have seen it before. It's how you take many ideas and evolve them through the funnel, making sure the viable ones are developed into fruition. The ideas progress through several stages from being inspired to scaling to those final solutions. The idea of the Innovation Hub is to be able to support the entire funnel process, from inspiring your community with success stories and thought leadership to scaling out your solutions. Along the way, we ideate in a very open way. We want people and employees to contribute by voting, discussing, and involving their ideas together. Challenge owners evaluate the ideas for the value that they bring to the business, the number of votes, comments, as well as anything that they've defined upfront. And finally, you can track the experiments in order to test and scale out to your employees and to your customers.
So, who wants to see what we came up with? Okay, calm down, calm down. Try to contain your excitement. I'll show you. As an employee, when I log into the Innovation Box, I'm greeted with the homepage that gives me access to everything I need to start on my innovation journey. I have quick links to view and submit ideas to the community, the option to explore the toolkit, which we'll hear more about from Katie later, and take a further look at any initiatives I'd like to get involved in. Let's dig into the ideas area. This was created with limitless ideation in mind. We want employees to be able to come here and submit ideas on anything. Here you can browse and filter your fellow colleagues' ideas, vote on your favorite, and even dig into more detail. Learn how the idea is progressing and start a conversation to continue that ideation digitally, all in one place.
This is a great example from one of our solution engineers in Ireland. He had an idea for an app to store all the best practice discovery questions in one place. By submitting his idea into the Innovation Box, it enabled him to connect with other employees with similar interests and skills. This helped him to develop the idea into a real app. And now over 6,000 Salesforce employees leverage that app to help them run their discovery sessions with customers. And to top it off, the app has now had some interest from customers, and we're planning on packaging it up and putting it into the App Exchange, just like Innovation Hub. Talk about an awesome collaboration. At this stage, you might be wondering, how did we take the initial idea and make it a reality? We get asked that a lot. This is where the Innovation Toolkit comes into play. We created a series of guides based on design thinking methodologies to help our employees through the innovation process, with activities like empathy mapping and user testing. One of the key tactics to Innovation Box program here is to always put our customers, in this case, our employees, at the center of the solution, truly embodying our design thinking methodologies.
And as we rolled out the program across our global solution engineering teams, we came up with another use case that our employees were craving as part of the ideation process. We found that our leaders and teams were also looking for a place to ideate around a specific topic or theme, and the ideas section wasn't quite working for this. This led us to innovate on Innovation Box itself, where we came up with the initiative section, where each leader or team could have their own area to set a topic to ideate around, and it would all be kept in one page on Innovation Box. We've actually seen the most success here, with it being the most popular part of the program, and in the last year has extended well beyond the solution engineering team into sales, customer success, and IT.
A great example of how we've been using innovation initiatives to date is to help crowdsource feedback on tools that solution engineers already use, in order to figure out what their current challenges are and how we can solve them together. We've found that time boxing an initiative into a month, where employees have 2 weeks to submit ideas, then judges have a week to shortlist their best ideas based on their business criteria that they set in the beginning of the challenge, and a final week for employees to vote on the shortlist to help prioritize what's next. We've had some really great collaboration happening in this format, where we've seen up to 3 times the normal engagement on the program. Everyone can get involved, whether it's submitting an idea or something as simple as a vote or a comment on an idea that they like. And most importantly, it's all digital and can be done from anywhere in the world.
Now, for all you admins and developers out there, our Innovation Box is completely built on the Salesforce platform. What you've just seen is all built with Salesforce Experience Cloud, and here you can see the Innovation Hub on the App Exchange unlocks more components for you to bring this innovation experience to life, with components that enable you to add functionality like initiatives, which we recently renamed Innovation Challenges. You can then mix these custom components with out-of-the-box components to customize further, like we do on our homepage, and the way we've added header images to each section. We recognize that not all companies have the exact same innovation process as us. So with the most recent release of the Innovation Hub version 4, our team spent some time making sure these components were as modular and flexible as possible, so you have more control over how you would like your innovation experience to be at your company.
If that wasn't enough, the whole admin side is of course managed on your Salesforce org, all in a very familiar Salesforce user experience. Here, your innovation program manager can keep on top of the innovation funnel, manage the ideas and initiatives by pushing ideas through the funnel, and set up alerts when ideas need attention. We also start to gain insights with out-of-the-box reports and dashboards to form a more holistic view of the program and how it's performing. We can see at what stage each idea is in the innovation funnel and keep an eye on how they're progressing to see if they need any help from the incubation team. Monitoring the ideas to see what's most popular and what has most conversation around it really helps us to connect with the solution engineers to see what's most important to them. We can also gain more insights on how our employees are using the program, see what's working well and what needs some improvement in the future.
So what's next for Innovation Hub and our internal version, Innovation Box? We're constantly collecting feedback, not only from our internal Salesforce employees, but from more than 100 customers that use Innovation Box for their own internal innovation programs. We've heard lots of feedback around helping innovators moving their ideas along that funnel that Katie showed us at the beginning, and how we can better build that process into the Innovation Hub itself. So we've listened, and in true incubation style, we're currently piloting a few features to help with this in our version of Innovation Box. So you're about to get another sneak peek, we really like those today, into what's coming to the Innovation Hub on the App Exchange this year. Firstly, we've added the concept of skills, giving individuals an area to state what skills they have and at what performance level they class themselves. We've also added a skills section for the idea owner to define what skills they think they need to move an idea along the innovation funnel. We then have added a complementary feature called Teams. This is where an individual or an idea owner can start to form a team around an idea. This gives them the chance to join a team and take on one or more roles to help develop it. Within Teams, we're even using the skills from individuals and matching them with suitable ideas they may like to join, and surfacing recommended team members on each idea to help the collaboration process along. And if that wasn't enough, last but not least, we're just in the process of prototyping a judging component to help with the evaluation process. Giving the innovation managers a chance to define the evaluation process, what happens at each stage of the funnel, and the business criteria needed to evaluate them. You can then assign judges to help rank the ideas, aggregate the scores, and move them along the funnel.
Thank you so much again for joining us today. We gave you a little glimpse into innovation on innovation here at Salesforce, where you learned about how we use Innovation Hub to foster collaboration that drives our internal innovation. We covered a quick introduction into the Innovation Hub and focused most of our time on how we use it internally to empower our employees to be innovators. We've given you a tour of Innovation Platform and then finished with our sneak peek into what's coming next in the Innovation Hub. And that's a wrap. So if we've ignited some innovation interest in you and you're keen to see how you could use the Innovation Hub yourself, it's available on the App Exchange and it's free to install. So we hope you'll download it.
Thank you so much for listening, everyone. We hope you've enjoyed learning all about the innovation that we do internally here at Salesforce. If you use the Innovation Hub or have your own innovation stories, we'd love to read about them in the chat. Thanks again and happy innovating.